When Oscar is hit by a train and killed, his family fears they will slip into financial ruin. At the reading of his will, however, they learn Oscar had placed a small fortune into a trust to be paid out when the youngest of his children, the adopted Jeannot, reaches the age of 21. While Colette doesn't mind waiting a few years, her older sisters Simone and Rosalie have different needs and pressures in their lives, not the least of which is Rosalie's belligerent and deeply indebted husband, Leon. Not even 24 hours after the reading of the will, Jeannot also dies under suspicious circumstances on the train tracks. Inspector Girard is brought in to determine the nature of these fatalities, only for more members of the family to start disappearing and dying. With manhunts, friction between police officers, and distrust spreading through the survivors, the money that Oscar left to save his family might end up destroying them all. Giallo July is a reading and watching event to celebrate Giallo, books, and cinema. It is hosted by Alex, the Bookubus, and Kelsey's Nostalgic Life. I'll have links to their channels in the description, so you can take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel of another YouTube creator you enjoy, like Alex and Kelsey, where the algorithm will put on black leather gloves and stalk you through a European city. Deadly Inheritance leans more into the mystery aspects of the genre rather than the psychosexual weirdness that would come to prominence in the 1970s. While there are plot twists and mild sleaze, this movie is closer to traditional mysteries like Agatha Christie would write. So if Giallo like 5 Dolls for an August Moon or Knife of Ice is your speed, you'll find something to like in Deadly Inheritance. If, however, you prefer more aggressive gore or weirdness, then this movie might not do it for you. There are some solid moments of tension and lots of distrust in the movie, and the way that the temptation of money poisons several of the relationships is distressing. Everyone thinks money will solve their problems, so of course a few of them will do whatever it takes to get their hands on it as quickly as possible, no matter who they have to step on to get it. This is a theme at least as old as Chaucer, and it fits into Giallo nicely. Some of the later twists, double crosses, and reveals don't make a whole lot of sense, but that's also standard for Giallo. If I have one major complaint, it is that a significant portion of the middle of the movie is dedicated to a manhunt that has little tension or excitement. As such, it does more to drag the movie down and make it feel longer than its 80-minute runtime. Deadly Inheritance isn't the greatest Giallo, and no one is going to confuse it with something like The Bird with Crystal Plumage. It's also far from the worst Giallo has to offer, so if you're curious about the genre, Deadly Inheritance might make a reasonable entry point. But what do you, the audience at home, think? Are you familiar with Deadly Inheritance? Is it a better Giallo than I give it credit for? Which movies do you think make for a good first watch for someone interested in getting into Giallo? Feel free to share your thoughts and recommendations in the comments. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my peculiar notions. If you appreciate this channel and want to support it, you know what to do. Until next time, enjoy some good Giallo. Live and be well.